statistics. That Regulate album stimulated Def Jam, brought him back to life.
Wow. I mean, everybody knows that song. I mean, everybody knows that song. So we know exactly what you're talking about. So, oh my goodness. I mean, did you ever envisage that you would have done the things you have in your career to date? Because obviously you're still doing so many other things as well.
Good question. I mean, in my older age, I learned to plan out further, 10, 15 years. But before that, it's just like, man, I'm going with the flow. I love music. I'm going to do it forever. Some aspect of it, wherever the energy take me, I'm going to be doing it. So in terms of like looking at the future, you would have to be looking at a sense like how much more successful or how successful will I be in the future versus, okay, I'm going to be doing this music no matter whether I'm successful or make another penny with it. Right. I'm going to be doing something with it. Right. So, yeah, hopefully that answers your question.
Yeah, I know. Yes, thank you. And I've got something I'd love to ask you to do, if you can. Can you give some rapid fire points that music artists should take note of immediately, like a short list of do's and don'ts that they should apply to try and get noticed in the first place?
Okay, let me write it down. First, be yourself. Find out who you are and find out like-minded people, meaning your demographic. Who are you a part of? And once you figure your demographic, you got to figure out how to be the voice of that demographic and put that with your original talent. Then that's success right there. That's the talent part. That's the music part. But the business part, you got to go register yourself, your intellectual property, your publishing. Over here stateside, we got ASCAP, BMI, CSAC. I'm not sure the societies you guys have over there, but wherever you are, go to either of these societies and register yourself as a writer and also set up a publishing company. And for you producers here stateside, you don't necessarily have to go do a corp or LLC. Just go do a doing business as a DBA, doing business at your local county clerk's office. And set up a publishing company with whatever society. That way, when they cut the check in that company's name, you can go and cash that check. Wow. So get your business tight to where you can actually get paid. If you're not registered in certain places and your music is out generating revenue, you're missing out on the check. Because if you don't know where to register, you don't know. But I'm giving it to you right now. There's total like 4 checks that an artist can get, one being mechanical, meaning the selling of your record and streaming and things of that nature, and your writers and your publishers and like sync to put it in television and film, but you got to be registered with the particular societies, these people who collect, track and collect. Absolutely.
Wow, that's words of wisdom again. Real nuggets for our listeners out there. Please take note of what my special guest is saying today. As CEO, you also like to work with and help to promote new up-and-coming artists, as you mentioned earlier. Why do you like to do that? Because not many people who have attained your level of success normally do that.
I mean, I still love music, and when it's so many clones, I keep saying that, so many clones out there. When something different hits me, then it like wakes me up, and if it's not locked down to any label or something like that, it makes it even better, and go for it. It's so much of the same out there. It's like nothing is like moving me.
What do you look for in a new artist, though? If you personally, if you were out there and you're just, checking out the music scene and seeing if there's anything you like, what sort of catches your eye?
An artist with a complete sound, meaning, let's use an example like Timberland and Aaliyah. Okay, his sound made her, right, and kind of her sounds made him. Right. And we'll use Dr. Dre and Snoop. They complemented each other. Right. A sound blew up. Swiss Beats and DMX. There's a sound there. Right. I look for an artist who has material that's done and they playing material to me. Like, is this random music that you got off the internet, or is this some chemistry connection you have with this producer who has his own signature sound? Mm-hmm. So I look for that, there's a lot of random hits out there, where's the longevity? And the longevity is when you're with someone like a Swiss Beats or Dr. Dre, a producer like that who has his own distinctive sound, and you complement his sound. If you have a situation like that, then I go in. I know I'm a producer too, but it got to be on a certain level for me right now. They have to have some things established for me to deal, because personally, I'm not developing. I don't even want to develop anymore. I'd rather give you the information. Right. And if you really want it, you're going to get it to that level to where we can have that conversation.
Right. Mm. Wow. I mean, you've mentioned some of the artists that you're developing already. Like you said, your roster is full. Are there any other new artists that you'd like to mention that you can tell us about, in your opinion, the world should be looking out for in the future?
All I can say is look out for the Project Voltron documentary and soundtrack featuring some innovative up and coming artists. You dig? But Chalk Mike, that right there is like, that's the one. That's the one. And it's not even on rap. It's on just different, just global right now. So focused on that and the artists who are on Project Voltron, which will be introduced to the world and within the next 60 days.
Whoa, wow. Yes, that soon. Everybody, wow, be prepared. Be on the lookout for that. I mean, wow. I mean, can you tell us about any other artists that you haven't yet worked with that you maybe would like to work with in the future when you get the time?
Avani, I'm sorry, but I'm not out to chase. I'm not chasing stars anymore. I'm more into creating, the one that I would have loved to work with, and he's passed away, Michael Jackson.
Wow. Okay.
So other than that, there's no one who out there moving me to say, man, I would love to work with this person. I'm still in a zone of creating a star. What's next? What's new? How can we change the BS that's out here? Where they at?
Well, I've got to ask you then, because obviously, for the most part of your work, you've worked with rap artists and in the rap music genre, and you did say earlier that you love classical music and stuff. So would you ever consider working in other areas of music as well, as a producer or in any other capacity?
You know what? I want to put electric, like a drum machine, to like a full orchestra.
Interesting. That can be one of your new projects then, yeah?
I mean, I'm semi tapping into it because I'm dealing with a good friend of mine, Don Destin, who's done a lot of stuff. He's a classical violinist and multi-instrumentalist. Crazy. Look him up. He got stuff out now. Don Destin. And he's been doing a lot of live string arrangements over the drum beats. And we got something on Project Voltron that we did. It's like so dope on some hip hop, but it has this arrangement to it, man. And everything is live except for my drum machine, the beat that I put in it. Crazy. A song called Monte Carlo.
Wow.
On the Project Voltron, yeah, definitely look out for that.
Yeah, absolutely, definitely. I know my time is running out with you today. I want to ask you, you have over 25 years of success in the music industry, and as we know, you have worked with countless artists and independent labels, and you also provide business consultations, as you mentioned, to artists as well. Please, can you tell the listeners how they can get in contact with you for a music industry consultation to take their career to the next level?
Okay, if you're across the pond, you can always get with Avani to connect with me because we're connected. You dig? Stateside, you can always hit me up at keith-clizark, 1 at gmail.com. Keep it real simple and direct if you're interested in doing a consultation. Just express your desire via email, and then I'll reach out and we can get it in.
Wow. Fantastic. I know my listeners are writing everything down. That's why I always like to try and get you to say things again sometimes as well. It's fantastic. Please give out your email address again.
Okay, one more time. That is Clizark, the letter CLIZARK, the number 1 at gmail.com.
Fantastic. That is fantastic. Thank you so much for coming on to the Ask Avani show to talk about your career in the music industry and all the things you're doing. I mean, there's more for the world to know about. Is there anything else you'd like to share with the listeners and tell them about any websites and things? Because I know you, as you mentioned, you do distribution as well.
Yeah, that's a thing where once I consult with you, I can evaluate if your infrastructure is even on the level to deal with distribution.
Okay.
So kind of all start with the consultation.
Mm-hmm, absolutely.
To that.
Fantastic. It's been amazing speaking with you. Thank you so much for your time. And I'm really honored that you came onto the Ask Avani show today. Everyone out there has been listening, and I know they have been taking note. It's been amazing. You are inspiring them, and I know you will continue to motivate everyone in the next generation of music producers. Wow. Could you please stay on the line because, it's fantastic. But I would like to say to everybody, it's been fantastic for me to speak with this special guest today. This has been the Ask Avani show. I am your UK Soul Queen Diva Avani. You have been listening to my very special guest, Keith-Clizark.
Hello, y'all. This is Captain Shine from Writing Sessions America. You're listening to the Ask Avani Show.
That's how they do it where we from. That's how they do it where they from.
Good afternoon and welcome back. This is the Ask Avani show right here on sometro-radio. Welcome back to everybody. I hope you have enjoyed hearing the interview with my very special guest this afternoon, certified diamond multi-platinum music producer Keith-Clizark. That was a great interview and really informative. So I hope you guys enjoyed hearing what he had to say. Good afternoon and welcome back to K-Rose.
Good morning, good afternoon, Avani. And anybody that loves Flashlight, it's good by me.
Brilliant interview. I really want to speak to him because I know that he is yet another great person who has and is still in the music industry, and he knows so much about the industry, and he's the perfect person for more young and up and coming artists and producers to speak to about the industry. And I hope you guys were paying attention and taking note to get in contact with him and also consult with him so that he can give you the help that you need, especially if you're an independent artist trying to make it in this big bad business of the music and entertainment industry.
You know,
Rose?
What you're doing, Avani, talking to the people behind the music, you're giving a wealth of knowledge to young and seasoned artist by doing these interviews. And people like Keith-Clizark, excuse me, and he even explains that, which I thought was just fascinating to me, how he came up with his, AKA his name. But you're giving people that that want the information jewels that they would have to pay to go to conferences for. I mean, you're giving them some valuable information.
Absolutely. But just finding out who these people are, because as mentioned, he is one of the most well-kept secrets in the industry. So sometimes you're not even going to know who these people are, the producers and people behind the music of such artists as Snoop Dogg, Master P, Dr. Dre, and so on and so on. Sometimes you just don't even know who these people are. So how would you know how to get in contact with them if you don't even know their name and where they are?
Well, but you being you are a person that if you want to get something done, you'll try and find a way to do it.
Yeah,
okay?
Yes.
A lot of artists are not that persistent. They're not that driven, let me say. And that's sad. I mean, I'm driven in that same way about those things that I need to learn about what I do with radio and what I do with technology. And so it's not just something that is part of someone that's in entertainment.